And Yedlin. Lovely cross. Pepe! Pepe by name and Pepe by nature. The youthful exuberance of the teenager has fired the Americans into the lead.
Oh, American football. America beats Honduras 4-1 after trailing 1-0 for a long time and scaring the crap out of everyone. Got that clip right there from CBS Sports. Pepe, DeAndre Yedlin, he plays in the Premier League. People freaking out about soccer. We're not very good. We tied Canada, and Honduras made it much closer than it needed to be. Interesting to see your daily sports podcast about news, narratives, takes, and gambling. Basically, I'm scrolling Twitter for you, and I'm telling you where to put your money. It is NFL Thursday football. It is back. Dak Prescott, Tom Brady. Talk about that game coming up in just a little bit, but we're going to kick it off with just how much better football is than everything. ESPN PR and other people who are nerds at sports we're comping ratings for football to other sports. So here's a fun fact: more people watch Georgia Clemson than 5 out of the 6 NBA Finals games. More people watched the preseason kickoff in August than watched all of the Stanley Cup games and most of the NBA Finals as well. So, the NBA Finals averaged 6.4 million viewers over 6 games. Yeah, Georgia Clemson got to about 10. Notre Dame, Florida State was the biggest Sunday night football opening weekend game since 1996, which I don't know who played, and I don't care. It was up 29% from last year, Houston, Oklahoma. Florida State's a big school. Notre Dame's got a lot of fans. 29% from 2019. Remember, they didn't do it last year because of COVID and whatnot. And I would say that college football, the Ole Miss-Louisville game was a silly game to have on Monday night, and that Monday night game is stupid. But college football started with Enter Sandman, and it ended with the tomahawk chop in Florida State. Pretty awesome. So college football is back, and huge deal. This is, of course, after last year's national championship was not great in terms of viewership, 18 million. But it appears like college football is back. That's a huge number, 8.8 million for Notre Dame football and about 10 for Georgia Clemson. And then Georgia Clemson was a snooze fest. Also, and the guys are part of my take pointed this out, and they're right on this. How is it that the SEC gets crap if they play a 10-7 game, but if not, it's because it's Big Ten football? I know why it is, because we expect more out of the SEC. That's fair enough. All right, let's get into this game tonight. A couple storylines. Dak Prescott has not been healthy all of camp. He had the ankle thing. He broke his fibia and tibia or whatever last year. You could see him trying to smash it on the ground to try to click it back into place. He thought it was dislocated. It wasn't. It was broken. Poor guy. And then Zach Martin, he's got COVID, and the Bucs are perfect, because Tom Brady has all the luck in the world, obviously. The Bucs are favored by 9. The over-under is 52. The Vegas prediction is 31-22, if I do math correctly. The Cowboys, nobody knows what they're going to be on defense. Everybody knows they're going to be pretty good on offense. Let's look at some gambling stuff from this particular game. There are a couple bets at Bovada. Bovada groups together parlays for you, so you don't have to build them on your own. They've got some pretty good ones. One that I particularly like, plus 400. That means that you bet $100. Do you win $400? 4-1-ish. At 4-1, Tom Brady to pass for more than 375 yards, and plus 4.5 to 1, 375 passing yards and 2 passing touchdowns. To me, that's a lock. Dallas is not going to stop that. The only problem could be if they run the ball, which that seems to be a Patriots annoying thing. I don't know if the Bucs are that annoying that they would come out and run the ball. There are a lot of interesting receptions bets as well, 4.5 catches for Antonio Brown, 4.5 catches for Chris Godwin. I like some of those. I don't like all of those. As far as ATS goes, I'm staying away. The number is just too big. Bucks favored by 9. That means if Cowboys win by 8 or Cowboys lose by 8, they beat the spread. Yeah, I don't know, man. That just seems like it's just, man, if it was 2 points less, and Zach Martin, a guard, moved the line a point yesterday. A guard. That's because Zach Martin was slated to go up against Vita Vea and, of course, Ndamukong Suh, and now whoever his replacement is, the Connor McGovern guy, et cetera, et cetera. So we're going to be reviewing the game, but I think I'm hammering that plus 400 Tom Brady, 375 passing yards, 2 touchdowns parlay at Bovada.lv. Major League Baseball are a bunch of nincompoops. They inducted their Hall of Fame class, and it was a great class or whatever, but they had the speeches during the day, during working hours. How is it possible that every time something interesting happens in baseball, they just bury it? They just bury everything. They're just so stupid when it comes to getting eyeballs. They suck at this. They really do. All right, let's see who was in there. Larry Walker, Ted Simmons, and Derek Jeter, someone you may have heard of. Derek Jeter famously, of course, gave parting gifts or essentially like welcome bags to his one-night stands in New York City. Yeah, you can read about that. He really did that. Like they would leave, here's your gift bag. That's a real story. He really did that. He hails from somewhere around Kalamazoo, Michigan. People forget that he's a Michigan man. That's why he's like, I like Jeter, but I don't love him. It's because he's a Michigan man. Yeah. You were thinking about it. Mike Florio is on the case. Juju Smith-Schuster posted the milk crate challenge earlier this year. TikTok, of course, banned the milk crate challenge because, I think someone died. People were going to the hospital and their lives were getting ruined. And then Mike Florio on the case revealed that Smith-Schuster actually just edited that and it wasn't actual footage. He did not actually do the milk crate challenge, which is great. Aren't you so glad? Aren't you so glad Juju Smith-Schuster didn't do the milk crate challenge? Update on the TJ Watt contract situation. TJ Watt, of course, had been holding in. He went to practice and participated in full at practice for the first time all year, which means it's such a weird thing. So in order to hold in, what has to happen is the team has to allow you to come to practice and then also allow you to sit out, because if he holds out, holding out is no longer an option for most of these players because the fine has gone from something like $10,000 a day to $50,000 a day, and that crap adds up. So what they allowed them to do is go to practice so that then I think the thinking is by ownership that the players being around their teammates will kind of like make them want to play, and it appears it worked. TJ Watt, who's the best Steeler in a long, long time, and I know what I'm saying, like especially on defense, went to practice. Ben Roethlisberger said publicly, this is so hilarious. He said that he should be firm with his negotiations. TJ Watt should get whatever the heck he wants. He's one of the best players in the NFL, not just defensively. And then Ben Roethlisberger says he took less money so the teams could do things like sign Watt. No, that's not what happened, old man. You took less money because you suck, and they said, if you don't take less money, we'll find a new quarterback. They literally were like, hey, do you want to come back? And he was like, yeah. And they're like, well, you make this now. And he says, why? But then they said, you make this now or we're going to go with someone else. I took less money. You didn't take less money. You took what they gave you. No one else wants you, dude. Ben, what a creep. Big weekend coming up in college football. We'll preview all of that as we head into the weekend. We're going to start to do Football Fridays, review the Thursday night game, and it's just going to be football on Fridays unless something else more interesting happens. Baseball's still happening. Max Scherzer of the Los Angeles Dodgers is like the best pitcher anyone's ever seen. It's unbelievable what he's doing at his age, so that's a fun story. We'll follow up on his baseball playoffs round into form. All of the teams that had big games last week, they have cupcakes this week, but there are some big games. The Cy-Hawk Trophy in Iowa, Oregon, Ohio State. That's going to be a big one. We'll talk about that tomorrow. We'll do some picks. I think I'm going to do 3 college picks and 3 pro picks all year long, and we'll give you something to watch. And coming this Sunday, the first debut episode of my NFL Sunday kickoff. I'll take like 5 to 10 minutes exploring a story a little deeper and just getting, that's been requested from 2 people. Not a lot of you listeners, but 2 people said, hey, you should do this. I think I will. Interesting to see. Like, rate, review, subscribe, tell your boss, tell your family. I'll be back and better than ever on Football Friday.